Hello, America! Welcome back to Diva Alert, the one and only spot for you to listen to a fresh perspective on RuPaul's Drag Race, queer events in Chicago, and everything in between. I'm your host, Vanessa Kaufman. I know we missed a week last week, but that means that we just have more extra special content for you this week. So I am so very pleased to announce our guest this week. She has been on the podcast once before and hopefully many times in the future. It is my sweet mate, Wren.
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. How are you on this very gloomy day?
I'm having a beautiful day. How about you?
Having a very tranquil day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very serene.
Yeah, I really don't know what else to say for the intro. We have 2 episodes to cover today. So we have Good Morning Bitches, aka the semifinal of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18 to determine the top 3. And we have the All RuPaul Lalaparuza, which is a lip sync smackdown with all of the eliminated queens for a grand prize of $50,000. We are going to cover both today. Lucky that they kind of have some sequentiality. That's not a word. They have some sequence to it. I feel like they were meant to be viewed in this order. Yeah, I'm so excited. This is the second to last episode of Diva Alert for this season. So we will have a 12-episode season, which is so amazing. I am so blessed. Thank you guys for listening so often, I hope, as often as I'm putting them out. And yeah, do you have anything you want to say?
I'm just so excited to see how this pans out. Like the last 2 episodes.
I can't wait to see how this turns out.
So good.
Okay, so we are coming into Good Morning Bitches, which is the episode right after Jane Dont's elimination. And it's kind of gaggy because she was the frontrunner of the season. Mikey Meeks was on her YouTube channel, Mikey on Mikey, where it's a live stream of her viewing parties. And she said it was kind of the whole competition just like playing for second place. But then after Jane Don't is gone, there's a shot at anybody for the win. And there are only 4 people left. Juicy Love Dion, Nene Coco, Mikey Meeks, and Darlene Mitchell. Anybody could take it. At least before they found out what the challenge was. The challenge for this week is Good Morning Bitches, which is a daytime talk show where these queens will be in pairs co-hosting the 8th and 9th hour of Good Morning Bitches. So it's basically a glorified improv challenge. It's kind of weird to have improv as the semifinal. Traditionally, it's been like a music video, which all the queens have been very vocal about that they wanted that to be the case. But for the past few seasons, ever since season 15, Blame It on the Edit music video, they didn't really do one. They did a book making challenge, which was like branding themselves for season 16, and then a whole Vegas showgirls photo shoot and performance challenge for season 17. And now for season 18, I guess we're doing daytime news. What do you think about that? Do you think this was a satisfying ending for this kind of going into the finale, going into Endgame?
I think it was really interesting to like weigh their skills in a different way. Like you definitely have to be very charismatic to pull off this challenge. So it definitely it showed their skills in a different way than like normal. But I think a music video would have been really fun.
It would have been really good. There are so many new RuPaul songs now that I'm just so disappointed that aren't being utilized to their full effect. We'll especially get into that with the RuPaul songs Lalaparuza, because this is not the first time they've done an all RuPaul Lalaparuza before. What was I going to say? I feel like when the top 3 is so speculated and so anticipated to, an improv challenge, basically, especially when you're in pairs, the pairs do end up being Nene Coco and Juicy Love Dion, and then Darlene Mitchell and Mikey Meeks. So looking at it, even when I was watching live, it is very obvious who is going to make it to the finale and who is going to have to lip sync for their life. Mikey Meeks is a host in their hometown, Orlando, Florida. They had literally been hosting a event called The Gig, which they had to they had to shorten because it interfered with them going to Drag Race. So they were already like in that world of hosting. And then Darlene Mitchell doesn't host, but she's still very funny. They've established this whole season that Juicy Love Dion and Nene Coco are not the best comedy queens. Nene Coco had been in the bottom for the past 2 challenges, and Juicy Love Dion, while still being high, has not grabbed a win. The only comedy challenge that she did particularly well on was the Karen's Gone Wild, and more especially RDR Live, where she won the challenge, but only because of Mikey Meeks' guidance. What do you think about that?
I think in the pairings they had like each one person who would have been pretty strong and one person who was not so strong,
Right.
which made it more interesting. But yeah, I would have liked to see what was it? Darlene and Nene together.
I also would have
That
liked
would
to
have
see
been
that.
really nice.
Who do you think was the strong one in the Nene and Juicy pairing?
Oh, definitely Nene.
Really?
I
Going
do.
into it or with your hindsight after?
Just going into it, I thought, yeah, I mean, Nene has her faults, but like, I think she was like very charismatic with like the David Attenborough part and like.
True. That was a great episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I miss it. So we go into the episode and it is Juicy and Nene starting. And to my surprise, Juicy kind of carried.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot of Nene backseat, mainly because of, I'm assuming, her anxiety. But I don't know. It was kind of weird. But still, with Juicy taking the front seat, she made everything a little too sexual, which the judges did not agree on, even though I feel like that's something that your mind could instantly go towards having this whole thing, like, be about trying to make Ru laugh. But yeah. They did a couple bits. They did the intro. I'm spitting everywhere. They did the intro bit. They did a breaking news segment where they were handed tongue twisters, and then they did an interview and then an interactive segment in the interview. They had like a little weird bit on the intro where it was like they didn't have really good chemistry, even though I'm sure that they're both lovely people and both have great chemistry with each other off the show. It did not reflect in that news segment. And then they were handed like the Betty Botter bought a bit of butter. Have you done that tongue twister before?
No, but you just ate that.
Because I used to do it often. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. That is one of the easier tongue twisters when compared to Sally sells seashells by the seashore. See, I can get that one is right. But Nene and Juicy, surprisingly, both killed the little tongue twister segment. And then went on to kind of not flop the interview, but go a little over time and then keep making the sexual innuendos. And it just ended up kind of, they weren't even innuendos. They were just saying like, they were just saying it.
Just saying it.
I can't say it here, but they were just saying it. Yeah. But I feel like this was kind of expected for this to be the flopping group.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to watch. I was like, ooh.
That's why I wish they would have done like a Mikey Juicy and a Nene Darlene.
I agree.
Because you're pairing the two funniest people with each other and then pairing the two who... I'm not saying that Nene Coco is not a funny person, but she had been in the bottom for the past 2 challenges.
Yeah.
And Juicy Love Dion has racked up a similar amount of 3 bottoms. So it was very interesting to see. Anyway, the next group up is Mikey and Darlene, who instantly, the moment that they step on the stage, you know that they're taking it.
Oh, yeah.
Mikey did this great bit where she like, I love doing this. I think I've done it on this podcast a little bit before, but like when the feed starts, you pretend like you were having a conversation. So you're like, oh, that's so funny. Hello, everybody. That is a great thing for Mikey to have done. Something that I like that Darlene and Mikey did, as opposed to Nene and Juicy, were that they played into not a character, but a caricature and like a kind of like archetype. Whereas instead of like Nene and Juicy, they were like trying to figure out what they had in common, but Mikey and Darlene knew that they had to be characters. I was gonna say one more thing. Oh, interesting with the tongue twisters though, both Mikey and Darlene had slip-ups while Juicy and Nene had none, but they still were funny about it. Yeah. Like Darlene could not get through that, but Mikey was like, "Keep spinning on me over here," and that was pretty funny. What'd you think of Mikey and Darlene's group?
I was surprised at how well they worked together, honestly. I wouldn't have expected that pairing to like go so well, but I was like, oh my gosh, like this is wow. They're taking it. Yeah. Yeah, let me look at my notes. Yeah, I remember I wrote that Mikey was iffy about being with Darlene, but I think that Darlene was good.
I don't know who she would have been otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mikey is the clear winner of whatever improv challenge comes their way.
Yeah.
As evident by the Karen's Gone Wild challenge last week. So the challenge was the challenge. And then the runway this week is drag excellence, which is a common theme for the finale. First, do you remember the looks?
I did. I wrote them down.
First up, we have Miss Juicy Love Dion.
Oh my God.
Gorgeous.
The gold.
Gorgeous girl.
Oh my God. Incredible. Her look was insane.
It reminded me of a tree. It was a little shapeless for me. But I thought that it was still beautiful. I thought that it referenced, they said it on the show, but I don't know if you would have caught it. Morphine Love Dion's gold chain wig. It's kind of like the same concept, but just a lot elevated. But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was very beautiful, but I feel like it was very overshadowed by the next queen, Nene Coco.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god. The past few runways, she definitely flopped the makeover. I don't think that her runway for the Wholesome to Folsom was that bad. This runway is incredible.
Oh, so good.
Oh, so good. Me and basically everyone on this podcast have basically said that Nene Coco's brand is kind of colors and colorfulness and vibrancy. She described herself as like Technicolor queen. And all of like her kind of shortcomings have been because they haven't been very colorful. Like when you think of Nene Coco's best runways, you think of the frog runway, you think of the brain runway, you think of the candy runway that you could see through. And then her best runway of arguably the entire season, the best runway of anybody in this show, is monochrome silver.
I know.
That's so crazy.
Crazy. She was like, I don't know, this was new for her, and I loved like the silhouette and just like how sharp and like, ooh, like everything was. And I'm like, God.
It was literally perfect. No notes.
No notes.
The only note was that, we'll get to it later, but I wish she could have changed out of it or like had like some sort of reveal to make her dance easier.
Yeah.
However, still beautiful.
It's insane. Insane.
Next up, we have Miss Mikey Meeks doing a little space thing. Space eleganza. Her catchphrase, her like brand line that she's been using in all of her promotion is that the Meeks will inherit the earth, which is a play on like the Bible verse, which is that the meek will inherit the earth.
Oh.
Like people who are less, like people who are like more kind of humble will get more. But she turned it into the meeks will inherit the earth. And so in her description, she went beyond that and she was like, I want the whole galaxy too.
Ooh.
Which is I think is very fun.
Wow.
I think it kind of adds to her like kind of winner energy, I hate to say, of the whole show. Even though I'm strictly team Nene Coco, and so was this podcast. Oh, my shit just went out in one ear again. Okay, it's back. I still think that Mikey Meeks has a energy that no one else has in this competition.
Yeah, I had no idea about like her catchphrase thing. That's really awesome. I like knowing that like bumps up what I thought about the outfit. Like,
what did you think about the outfit otherwise?
I liked it. I thought it was okay. I thought it could give a little bit more, Like, I agreed with the critique that the judges gave that it could have used like more of like the dangling bits and stuff, like fill it out a little bit more. Of course, she looked insanely gorgeous,
yes.
But like knowing that with the catchphrase, I liked that. The whole galaxy too. Ooh.
I kind of liked that it was a wire. I wish that it had been more constellation.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like that cheap looking wire, no shade, could have worked better. But yeah, it's fine. It gives what it needed to give. Finally, we have Darlene Mitchell doing full glamour, which I am so happy to see. She kind of ate. Like, I can't even lie. It's giving very, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but I love the warm tones. I love everything about it. It's just so beautiful.
They could never make me hate anything that Darlene does.
First queen to be happy.
First queen to be happy ever. I wrote that her look was the most boring. I don't remember what it looked like, to be honest with you, but I love her, and I'm sure that she looked gorgeous because I love her. Nobody can ever make me hate her.
I thought that her look was very elevated Darlene.
Yeah.
So for the judging, that is the end of the runway. For the judging, the obvious separation is Mikey and Darlene on the top, and then Juicy Love Dion and Nene Coco in the bottom. Mikey and Darlene both win the challenge, which is very nice to see. This bumps up Darlene to 2 wins and Mikey to 4. The little point I wanted to talk about before we move on, the 4 wins club is something that is very exclusive in this show. No one on the main season of Drag Race has ever made it past 4 wins. The first doing so was Sharon Needles. Great name, but she's very problematic. She got 4 wins on season 4 and ended up winning the season. Then Shea Coulee in season 9, who did not win the season against Sasha Velour, which we can talk about later. And just, it's been a lot of finalists and eventual winners who have gotten 4 wins. So Mikey Meeks getting a 4th win, I fear, guarantees her top 2 placement for whatever final lip sync. So really, it's a fight for 2nd place.
Yeah, in my perfect world, it would be Nene and Darlene in the top 2, and I think Nene would win.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think that. I feel like that might not happen.
I don't. We'll talk about our general tops later, but the lip syncers is Nene Coco and Juicy Love Dion, and the lip sync is to Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girl, which had been used this year in the finale of Canada's Drag Race season 6. I thought that this is a great song. Awful category to use it. They could have totally used like Total Eclipse of the Heart or We Can't Be Friends or even Call Me If You Break Up. Call Me When You Break Up. They could use one of those slow songs for a gown runway. I don't know what they expected. Not everyone has a change in mind like Juicy Love Dion did. And it kind of frustrated me because I had been preaching on Nene Coco and how she had a reveal for every single thing and how she was prepared. During like the first like 3 weeks of Drag Race of the show airing, it was like a taking off items contest. That's basically what it was. And Nene Coco's looks were all performable. And so I was very, not disappointed, because I have no merit to be disappointed in Nene Coco, but I was just like, damn, you had been praised for this innovation, and then the one runway where it counts, you don't have a change.
Yeah. I don't know. I was also like, I agree with you what you said about the song, about how like it didn't really fit this theme at all. And yeah, I was also surprised that Nene didn't have, because that's her thing.
That's her thing.
That's her thing. Why didn't she have, hey, what's going on? Just, I don't know. Maybe she just didn't think that she would have to lip sync, but I
feel like that's cocky.
That is very much so. But yeah, I don't know. It was definitely a choice on everybody's behalf.
The results of the lip sync were very interesting for me. Here, I'm trying to pull up my reaction. Hold on. So at this point I was crying because I did not want Mikey Meeks to win this show. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it up here. Please. That's me begging for Nene Coco to stay. Nene Coco! Oh my God, yes! I don't play about this damn show. Y'all think I be playing up in here. Your hostess with the mostest has feelings. I thought my goat was gonna go home. But my goat did not go home. Juicy Love Dion was sadly eliminated from RuPaul's Drag Race season 18 in a solid 4th place.
Yeah, so solid.
I was thinking of the word to describe it. So we do have a top 3. Mikey Meeks with 4 wins, Darlene Mitchell with 2 wins, and Nene Coco also with 2 wins. What do you think?
I would have been utterly devastated if Nene Coco went home.
Me too. Clearly.
Yes. I love Juicy. She's incredible. Her looks are always insane. But I love Nene, and I would have broken me if I had to lose.
It would have also definitely made me stop. It would have made me quit.
Yeah. Oh my God. I could not imagine without her. I mean, Juicy, she's incredible, but she's lacking a little bit in the aspects of being naturally funny and charismatic. She does struggle with that sometimes. I think she is funny, but it's definitely not her strong suit.
Right.
So I definitely didn't think she would win it, but it's sad to see her go. I will miss her, but yeah.
Well, the whole thing with Miss Juicy Love Dion is that the challenge practically made for her is coincidentally the challenge that all the eliminated girls get to compete in.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. Is this the top 3 that you predicted from the start?
No, I don't think I could have predicted this, but I do think that they're all very strong queens, and I see why they made it this way. But yeah, I would have never predicted that Jane went home. That's the main thing.
I remember before the season started in December, my top 4 prediction was Nene Coco, Briar Blush, Darlene Mitchell, and Juicy Love Dion. So I was not that far off. Darlene Mitchell kind of dropped off my rankings as I saw how the season was progressing.
Yeah.
But she's here. Which is kind of gaggy.
I know. I'm surprised she made it so far, but I'm so glad that she's here. I love her so much.
The Idge Bowl queen.
Yes. The happiest queen.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the next episode? Okay. So the next episode is the all Lalaparuza, where all the eliminated queens come back into the workroom. We did that in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Gag. Where all the eliminated queens come back into the workroom to lip sync it out for $50,000 and the title of the queen of She Done Already Done Had Herses. There we go. Do you like the challenge?
I honestly
Like the
didn't-
concept?
I didn't know what was happening when we put on the episode. I didn't know that that's what it would be, and I was kind of confused the whole time. But I think it's so cool to have all the queens come back and like see them all and have them perform. I like that, but I was confused.
It had been the first ever RuPaul Lollapalooza was a All Stars thing, and it was All Stars 4. And the queens had to lip sync. The eliminated queens had to lip sync with the existing queens to like try to knock them out of their spot. But it was all like no one won.
Yeah.
None of the eliminated queens won. And then it happened in season 14 because everyone did so badly on the Snatch game that they made everyone lip sync. So they did a bracket style like that. And then season 15 just had its own episode in the middle of the season as an elimination episode. So all the queens competed. And then season 16 and 17 started the tradition of end of season lip sync Lollapalooza.
I like that. This is my first like actual full season that I've ever watched, so you know I'm listening and learning. But I was into it. It was really like thrilling.
I was happy that these queens got to come back. I was happy that I got to see Mandy Mango on my screen again.
Oh my god, Mandy Mango.
So amazing. And Mia Starr. Oh my god. Mia Starr fans ate good tonight. I was gonna say something. The past two winners of the Lollapalooza had been Susie Toot in season 17, and then Morphine Love Dion, who was Juicy Love Dion's drag mother in season 16, which is interesting to note. So the format, it's all RuPaul lip sync songs, as I've said over and over and over again. It is so there are 4 rounds. The first round is the bottom 7 minus Briar Blush because she was still sick. So it's the first round all competing against each other. Didi Fuego, Mandy Mango, Sierra Mist, Vita Von T-Star, Mia Starr, and Athena Dion. The second round is the winners from those lip syncs, plus Kenya Pleaser, Discord Adams, and Jane Don't. And then the third round is the winner from all those lip syncs combined, plus Juicy Love Dion, because she was eliminated right before the finale. So she was eliminated latest. This is the first time they've ever done this. And I don't like it. I really don't like it. I don't know why they saved... I mean, I guess I do know why, because it's a reward for doing so well in the competition, but saving Juicy Love Dion for the last position where she only gets to lip sync twice when people like Mia Starr get to lip sync 4 times... You're ruining your own television show.
Like, we all know what's going to happen.
We all know what's going to happen. Right. We all know that Juicy's going to win literally every single lip sync she's in, so why not give her more lip syncs to win?
Literally. Absolutely.
It pissed me off. It just made her not feel... spoiler alert, yeah, Juicy wins.
Yeah.
But it just made her kind of not feel deserving of that win.
Yeah, especially because she was like, literally, she went home last week. Like,
she went home last week, had one lip sync, then lip sync for the $50,000 and obviously won because she wasn't tired.
Obviously.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So the first round has 3 lip syncs. So, am I right? Yeah, 3 lip syncs. So the first lip sync is Sierra Mist versus Athena Dion to Born Naked by RuPaul. To start, all of these queens have reveal outfits. Athena Dion's was this gorgeous white, I don't know what to call it, but it was gorgeous white and it revealed to like a red undercoat. And Sierra's was a little more complicated. Just a little. She was Sue from The Substance, which was a odd choice for the Lalaparuza at first. But as the song progressed, because she started off as the monstrous amalgamation of Elizabeth and Sue. But as the song went on, she revealed, and she had that like pink Sue bodysuit underneath with prosthetic tits.
Oh my god, yeah.
Did you clock that?
I did when she talked about it. I mean, obviously, I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about it. I was like, damn, she just looks good. But then she was talking about it. I was like, oh my god, I can't even tell.
Literally.
That's insane.
Like the perfection. I love how she incorporates prosthetics into her drag.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. What do you think about this lip sync?
I think it was really interesting that she chose like a reference as her look.
Right.
They were both interesting looks. I was not too fond of Athena's look, to be Franklin.
Hi, Frank.
It was an interesting pair up because they're so like different from each other, and they were both like, I don't know, but I was satisfied, I guess, with Sierra winning. I like Athena. she's not my favorite, but it was an okay lip sync.
True.
Yeah.
I think Sierra got to display that she's a good lip syncer.
Yeah.
In both this and the lip sync that she does later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Sierra Mist advances to round 2, and Athena Dion does not get the crown if she didn't already had hers, as to the surprise of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding.
Yeah. She was real mad about that.
Real mad about that. So the next lip sync is Mia Starr versus Mandy Mango to Just What They Want by, again, RuPaul.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of this pairing?
So it's Mandy
and Mia.
and Mia. It's very interesting. Again, I feel like they're very different. They have very different personalities. I love Mandy. She didn't have much chance. I know she's so good at like having a stage presence and voguing and like doing all this, but I felt it in my heart that it was gonna be Mia, unfortunately. And I love Mandy. I love Mandy so much. I wish she would have progressed, but just it was disappointing, but I knew it was not gonna.
The only note that I have for this lip sync is Mia dog walked. Stupid. I loved her stupid little outfit. Her big ass like afro wig and then her blue coat that she immediately took off. Like that was so funny.
Yeah.
But it's Mia Starr versus Mandy Mango, aka trained dancer versus not a trained dancer.
Yeah. As soon as Mia, like, she did her reveal and then she started, like, with the money, I knew it was over.
Yeah, it's over. That money was so cool.
That was really cool. And, you know, Mandy tried to, like, play into it, but...
You can't play into it.
You can't.
Because then they own it.
They own it. Like, it's... If Mandy had, more of a reveal or a prop or something, maybe she would have a chance.
She just took off a coat.
She just took off a coat. Everybody's done that. We can all take off a coat.
Well, so did Mia, but...
Well, yes. But she had additional...
Sure.
She had like 3 things.
Right. Hello, America. My name is Vanessa Kaufman, and today I am here with the one and only Juicy Love Dion and Jane Don't.
Hey.
How are you guys?
We are good. We are very caffeinated.
Absolutely.
We have suffered slings and arrows and indignities. They lost our luggage, which is why we're not in drag today. But don't worry, Athena tore into a poor Delta employee. So we're getting it. We're gonna get it back somehow.
She turned into Miranda Priestley. Said, "Why is nobody ready?" She said, "I want 2 manuscripts for the twins of Harry Potter, the unreleased version."
Right.
Yeah. So it's been a day, but we're good. We're feeling good.
Right, awesome. You guys mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Let's do it, babe.
Awesome. So my first question is, what do you think makes a good diva?
For me, a diva, it's less of a tangible thing, like not something you can really see. It's like a vibe. It's like when someone has that like glow, that aura to them. You could see someone walking down the street and you just know like that bitch is a fucking diva because she has that energy about her. The way she carries herself is just that like powerfulness. I don't know. My first divas I ever saw was like Beyonce and like, you know, Celia Cruz. There's divas everywhere. I am not as smart as Jane Doe.
There are divas everywhere with those for eyes to see.
I've been in plenty of rooms with plenty divas. I've been in rooms before.
Right. Like one right now?
Wow, like the one we're in right now.
Exactly. My second question. And I know you both have Drag Race family.
Yeah.
Who in all of Drag Race history are your favorite divas to be on Drag Race?
Envy Peru, I'm in love with Vanessa Van Cartier, La Petite Noire from, Una Petite Rose from Italia, Farida Khan, all of them, they're so fierce, they're so legendary.
That's a good answer.
There's like millions of drag queens, it's like Pokemon at this point. We need a Pokédex. Like
I would love to buy that. I would
Honestly,
love to see that.
When are we?
Somebody needs to brand that. Maybe me?
All right.
I'm taking that back. We're not
App designers. Oh yeah.
This
This is your trademark. This is your proprietary app design.
My last question. Do you have any advice for an up and coming young college diva like myself?
As a premier college dropout diva, I would like to say that when there is something that you find that excites you and that you feel like you can't live without it, follow that. Because that's what I did with dance and with drag, and it's something that innately I just knew I couldn't live without. And that's my biggest piece of advice. If there's something you feel is your calling, go for it.
Wow, that's some really good advice. I feel like
We're smart.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank
This
you
has
so
been
much.
Amazing. Mwah. Love you. Bye.